Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Dungeons in the Attic podcast. Climb the stairs, take a seat, grab some dice. It's time to play some RPGs in the attic. Actually, no, it's not. Today, we're doing a DM's Lounge. That's right. We have a new guest on the DM's Lounge. It's our good friend, Joey Garcia from Mana Potion Tabletop, the game store in Beacon, New York.
Hell yeah.
That place rocks, dude. It's my favorite store in all of Beacon, hands down. And I wish it were closer to my house. It's not good enough that it's only one house away.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're like right there.
The only way I could be closer to that game store is if I lived above it or inside of it. But those are both not possibilities.
They might be hiring.
They might be. Yes. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. So, Joey, say hi to the camera for us, Joey.
Hello.
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 Joey is...
Oh, it's such a... you make me sound so fucking official. How much can I swear? Can I swear like a sailor?
Yeah, you can say
or
whatever
like
you
a
want.
little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some
Yeah.
people are like, don't swear in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
We put explicit, on all of our
Okay.
episodes. Yeah. You're good.
So every other word, please curse.
Yeah. But yeah, but we got to celebrate your accomplishments, Joey. Joey is a co-owner of Mana Potion Tabletop with his brother, and they also own the Mana Potion Coffee Company. And they've been producing this, sort of fantasy D&D branded coffee.
And tea.
And tea.
And
It's all very good. And they sell it at the store as well, which is awesome. So you can come in, grab a board game, grab your D&D books, and also grab a pack of coffee beans. It's one-stop shop, really.
Yeah,
What
awesome.
don't you guys sell?
Yeah.
Fruits, vegetables.
Yeah, the stuff that'll keep you alive longer, I guess, right?
Hey, RPGs are fueling my whole life. My heart beats on RPGs. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that you guys have indie RPGs. You got Shadow Dark there.
Forbidden Lands.
Forbidden Lands is there. I'm very. You got Morkborg.
I didn't want it to just be like D&D and Funko Pops.
Yes.
Oh,
You
thank
know,
God.
like,
Jesus.
God.
I know, like every other game store in existence.
Yeah, like,
I know.
There's a lot of that shit, or like it's another thing that you see in like a kitschy game store.
Geez. I mean Magic, but
Pokemon.
everybody's got to do
yeah,
Magic.
well, those are like those are things that you'd expect. I'm thinking like the stuff that is like, oh, a tourist would want that.
Oh, yeah,
Anything
yeah.
Marvel.
Anything Marvel.
Anything
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like a
Yeah.
actually. Nah, I'm a Marvel hater. Never mind.
No. But we love Mana Potion. We've done a live show there. We're planning on doing more this year.
And we sold it out, which was amazing.
I know. It was a packed show. We did Call of Cthulhu there, and it was just a blast. I mean, it's a great community. Great people show up there. I literally can't praise it enough. So, Joey, thank you so much for showing up today. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
You two are gassing me up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we got to hear our guest.
Yeah.
It's our job. So, Joey, I want to talk to you just to get you started. How did you get into the coffee business of Mana Potion, and then we'll get into the game store?
I mean, okay, the short, long version, right? I during the pandemic, I picked up like the hobby of like, I want to be a world famous barista. Insane thing to say, but it is a real thing, right?
Really?
And I had gotten really into coffee, pulling espresso shots, figuring out the eccentricities of coffee down to the gram. I had one of those drug scales for coffee, all that stuff. And I had developed a real passion for it. My brother, who was in business school, hits me up one day and he's like, we should start a coffee company. And because it was like something like, oh, I want to do this when I retire, when I leave my current job. And he's like, why do you have to leave your current job? Why not do it now? And then we started the online portion, which is the Mana Potion Coffee. And that was how we got into that. And then after the first year of like, okay, we made a little profit. We did some conventions, which is amazing time to work a convention. After a little bit of that, next year, the same thing. We get a little profit. My brother's like, next step, let's go physical. And then I let him handle all of that because I am stupid.
No, I won't allow it.
No. Listen, that paperwork is boring as hell. All right, I'd rather him do it than me.
And he is going to school for business, so it's right in his.
every time he fills out a new piece of paperwork, he's like, "This is great for the resume." I'm like, all right, I'm glad you think it's fun, but I don't.
And, so you and your brother go into business, and so the coffee company starts to come up, and then you were, how long were you looking for a brick and mortar store?
Honestly, like 4 months. Not
Oh,
even.
really? Wow.
It was like it almost seemed like he came to me one day and he's like, "We're going to do this," and I looked at him and I'm like, "Okay, I'm sure you are."
Wow.
Well, I'm curious. How did the name Mana Potion come to be?
We had shot around a bunch of name ideas. I mean, most of the products we sell, I'm usually the one that comes up with the names for them. And we had a few other ones, and Mana Potion just had a really good ring to it, and nobody had taken it. So
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy, right?
That is wild.
So
actually.
we just ended up like grabbing all of it and running with it, because how could you not take that name?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like Mana Potion Tabletop, Mana Potion Coffee, Mana Potion blah, blah, blah. It just, so many things it works
It's a great name. It rolls right off the tongue, and it gets across exactly the audience and the market that you're going after.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. It's very savvy. So good job naming the store there and the coffee. So finding the store in Beacon, how did that happen?
Oh boy. So my brother had gone online and he just looked at listings. And he had shown me places and he's like, "How's this?" And I'm like, kind of a bad spot. Good spot. And then we found like one spot that we're like, "This is amazing." And it got immediately taken by a Pilates studio.
Of course it did.
Because of course it fucking did.
Everything's a Pilates studio now.
Yeah. It's either Beacon is 50% Pilates studio, 50% coffee place.
Yep.
I'm waiting for them to mix the two.
And we have some bookstore sneaking in.
Yeah.
But we'll get them out, those pesky stores.
It's got to be 40 different coffee places.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like after a while, we had found a place that we're in now, and my brother's like, "We got to move fast on this." So we just put on a suit. I go meet the guy there, and then we shake hands, blah, blah, blah. We tour it. We walk out. I stare at my brother. I'm like, "Is that the one we're going with?" He's like, "We're going with that one."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Okay, sure. Sounds good. How much money do you need?" And he's like, "This much money." I went, "Damn, that's a lot of money." And then the rest was history. You know, we signed on it, and
wow,
that's how it happened.
Wow. It's a great space, too. I love that space. It's very clean. It's very like, I don't know. It's just something about it. It's like the hardwood floors and the open floor plan. I don't know. And then you got that like little like office space in the back for like private games.
Yep. Dude, the little office space in the back is
rocks.
Great.
And Mike spied your incoming before I did. We were, I guess obviously he lives right next door to it, the building. He saw it, and then one day we were hanging out, and he's like, "There's a new store, a gaming store coming into town." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's over near the bank. It's Mana Potion." And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah. That is awesome."
I couldn't believe it. I literally was like, we had just, really been getting into the podcast that summer. And then I saw a gaming store was opening up on the corner of my street. I was just like, this isn't real.
Very, very serendipitous.
I was looking for like the camera, like who's set me up?
It's crazy because like since moving there's so many like nerds that are like coalescing over the last like year and a half up to Beacon. I mean, you get a lot of Manhattan expats.
Yeah.
There's probably a better word for it than that. But like people moving from Manhattan up here, they're like, "Oh, I got a regular who works at Microsoft." Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I used to live in the city." He's like, "I don't want to do it anymore. And I'd rather commute like 2 days down to the office in Manhattan and be up here." And it just so happened that he had like moved in the last year and a half. Another guy who like works in like a nerdy industry, like coming, like there's so much of that's just like coalescing right now that is like, oh, okay. I guess that's bumping.
The coolest people from the city, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, they all moved up here. So we've got like, I always tell people like, I love doing improv. I'm in the improv scene here. I'm trying to like do more improv as much as I can. I'm okay at it, but there's always more to learn. But there are some people who are straight up professionals from the city who were paid to do this, who are at the top of their, classes, top of their game, who have moved up here to start families, who are now running workshops and running, jams for $5 a night. Like I am
for real?
Yeah, for real. That's the people I'm doing improv with. Are like professionals who are like the people you would pay big bucks to go see down in the city, or you'd have to like pay big bucks to learn from them at, whatever the name of the big, I always forget the name of the big schools down there, but there are these big schools down in Manhattan that are like the improv schools to go to. And these guys taught there and performed there. So now they're up here. You're like, what I'm trying to say is like, we're meeting all these people in all these different fields that are all top of their game. They're all moving here. And it's like this community is brewing with amazing people, talented people, ingenious people. Like, I'm blown away. Every time I meet someone new, I'm like, oh, like you were top of your field for this. Oh, you're top of your field for that. I can't believe they're coalescing here, just like you're saying.
Yeah, it's sick. I have ran into some improv folk up here too, which is crazy. I've been wanting to get in on it.
Dude, you got to come to an improv jam.
Dude, I want to do that.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. And the people I'm talking about, like Bombshell is the name. I just want to shout out Bombshell. They're incredible. They're so talented, and my goal is to be as good as the girls who are the Bombshell team. They're phenomenal. So that's my goal. You'll see them when we go to some of these jams. And then TJ Del Reno is also a fantastic improver. I'd like to be able to go toe to toe with him, but that's going to take time. But yeah, come to the next one. I'll pay for your ticket.
Oh shit! Now I gotta go.
You have to go. Yeah. So you guys move in. How's it been? Like having all these people just start showing up. They're there every day. I see your store's always full with people.
Yeah. Always full.
Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed to have those regulars there, man. Every one of them. Every month has been like a new learning experience, right? Because like the thing is like people talk about starting a business. Oh, you got to know this. You got to do this. You got to know this. You got to spend all this time preparing. You got to go do all this dumb shit. And it's like, actually, no, you can just like do it and nothing's really stopping you from just doing it.
Right.
And all of that like preconceived notions about like business owners, especially like around here or even upstate New York in general, is just like, oh, you got to be some fucking old white person to just go and do something. And it's not, the expectation is that if you're a young person, you got to, kind of grind away into the dust of working whatever industry. So when you're old, you can achieve your dreams. Dude, come on. Like, why do we got to do that? And so every single month has been a new challenge, but like, it's all been good challenges too. So
that's great. Yeah. You guys have a loyal fan base. I mean, they literally, like I said, I walk around the corner there every day. I see the same people playing Magic, having fun, enjoying the store. It is always full of good people. I don't want to dox anybody, but I've like had the pleasure of being able to meet everybody that plays there, and I'm still meeting new people all the time. And it's just nice to be able to walk around the corner and see that community thriving, and to be able to just pop in, say hello to my favorite people, and then walk out or stay for a game. There's always something happening. And I guess, if I were you, I'd just be very proud of that.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it almost doesn't feel real sometimes.
Sure.
Or you kind of liken it to like a sitcom where you just go in and it's like, oh, look at all the other characters. You're there.
It's actually a gaming store sitcom.
We were losing our mind painting the store, and it was my brother Joey, one of our managers, and myself, and we were like, oh, what if this was like The Office or Tires, but like we were a tabletop store? Wouldn't that be funny if we did that?
I mean, genuinely it would be. Yeah. Genuinely it would be. Yeah. But no, it's just nice. I've always wanted a gaming store near me. So thank you for fulfilling my dreams and aspirations.
I couldn't get any closer.
We actually did our fan appreciation party there.
We did. We had a fan appreciation party there at the end of January, and everybody showed up, and we rented out the tables and had pizza, and it was just a blast.
Everybody brought a game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a blast. Everybody was enjoying themselves. Mike ran Slug Blasters in the back room.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Which was a ton of fun. So thank you for allowing us to be there too, to do that. That was awesome.
Yeah. We're proud of the connection. I mean, we love local business in Beacon. First off, is so important to us. Being a Beacon podcast, we're very proud of that. And then to be with a local Beacon game store as well is, awesome. So Joey, you're running the game store, the coffee store, or shop or company. You're also running games.
Yes.
Yes. While you're doing all that, you're also DMing. So who are
Yeah.
you DMing for right now?
Oh boy, I DM for the public. I DM for children. I DM for my design team. I DM for my. I'm DMing like 5 days a week.
Like you're a forever
Like-
DM, right?
I'm not just. I couldn't be more forever DM unless I dream about the games I run. It is bad.
Oh,
A statue of Joey.
you're more forever DM than I will ever be, and I thought I was a forever DM. But you're 5 days a week. You're full time.
You literally, when you do that many games a week, you just. At first I was taking a lot of notes. I don't take any notes anymore. I just can't because it's too much, and I somehow keep it all in my head. But honestly, you make it work.
No, but you
make
do.
it work.
And this is what's so funny to me is how many people come back to a game after a week even, and they're like, what did we do last week? I'm like, I know exactly what we did last week. How do you not remember what we were doing last week? We were running away from that Sasquatch. You'd made a deal with that fairy for, that person's life for the golden egg. Like, what are you talking? I don't know why, but I can just remember everything that we've done. Maybe not specific names, but the details of like what the story beats have been always in my head, no matter what game it is.
The craziest skill I've gotten is when you run games for the public, everybody comes in with like a new character and they have a new name. But I've gotten the ability to learn 2 names of everybody who sits down at the table. Where it's like I know the person, and then while we're in game, I'll refer to them as their player character. And I somehow haven't missed a beat yet, but it's really difficult to do that. I don't even know, like. It's a crazy. I don't even know how it's happened. I don't know. It's like I'm fucking playing Guess Who.
Not a chance, bro. I'm not a chance for me. No chance. I'm struggled to remember the names of the people on the Old Baron podcast, and we do that every week. I literally made them make name cards and shit like that.
So how many games are you playing outside Mana Potion that are like your own group?
I play. So I am a player in one, and then I DM another.
What games?
So I am a player in a D&D campaign, like a long running one.
5e?
And then 5e. And then I am dungeon master for Cyberpunk Red. And it's been on and off, but we've been testing a lot of the items and monsters. But then that's a 5th edition supplement we're working on, so I'm running that as well.
Okay. All right. I'm going to make sure we come back to this supplement you guys are working on. Wait, so screw it. We're going into it now. All right. So you're working on a supplement?
Yes. I didn't like the gun rules in the DMG. I felt guns were too powerful. And so what originally it was just, I'm going to update those rules. And then I update the rules. I'm like, what if I add a few extra guns? Okay, so I add some extra guns. I see that Pathfinder has like this big book of guns, and I look at it. I'm like, yeah, I think D&D should have something like this. And I start working on it more. And then next thing I know, I'm like, actually, I have something I want to say. I want to make an entire campaign setting book. And then it turns out there's a lot of things that are required for that. Oops. And now I'm writing a campaign setting book.
All right. So what's the setting?
It's a steampunk weird western.
Great.
It's like a post-colonial new world explorers type thing.
Okay.
Getting a little bit industrial with all the steampunk technology, and all the monsters are cryptids or reinterpretations of famous North American cryptids.
Oh,
that's
this
so
is the
cool.
cryptids of this is on your shelf.
Yes, with the incorrect spelling of the name. Yes.
The zine, right?
Yes.
Cryptids of the Forgotten West.
Cryptids of the Untamed West.
Untamed West. Yes. That looks very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, we've been plying away on all the monsters and the world and all of that. I mean, it's like, if I was going to make a campaign setting book, I'd want it to be something that said something. So it's like, even though it's not like obvious, it's obviously like fiction, but I'm pulling a lot from like history to say something with it, because I enjoy a lot of campaign settings, but I don't feel like many of them are like looking to like explore themes, or the themes aren't like out there. The themes are things that DMs kind of maybe they imply through the story that you're telling, you know?
So what themes are you after?
So I spent a long time, because the second you get into this period of history, we're talking about stuff like Native Americans, Trail Tears, stuff like that. Moving in on lands that are already there. So it's like I had to come up with ways to say, let's explore those themes, but couch it in fantastical ways. So that way people that didn't experience it or maybe not, we're not the recipients of those kind of issues, can explore those, right? So there's this whole diametrically opposed system of, the more magic there is, the less technology works. The more technology there is, the less magic works. And so these things are at odds with one another. And right now, the way the setting is written, it's before a revolution has started. So there's a lot of folks that are talking about seceding from the empire that they're a part of. So it's exploring, kind of that revolutionary, like we could have a more equitable world. The species that's inside the zine, the Mothkin, are basically, I mean, in a lot of ways, they're the Native Americans. There's just no way to get around that. But we've looked at how that entire culture is, like, those cultures are structured. We've looked at how moths in real life congregate, which, by the way, a group of moths is called an eclipse.
Wow.
So,
An eclipse?
Yes.
Oh my God,
So
eclipse.
in our book, the Mothkin coalesce and collect in eclipses.
That's awesome.
Which I had no idea, but basically, if you look up anything about moths, their entire etymology and animal physiology is based around space. It's crazy.
That's so cool. Wow.
So what made you want to dive into this kind of aesthetic, the steampunk aesthetic and world? And
There's just not a lot of it for D&D specifically. You get really hard sci-fi for D&D. The occasional herb fantasy, which honestly I think we need more herb fantasy. That would be really great to have, because it's like, what, you got Shadowrun?
Right,
It's really
right.
fucking confusing.
Yeah.
But it just felt like an underserved, like, mode of fiction. So I wanted to do something that was like not the grim dark fantasy setting, which, don't get me wrong, I love those.
Oh, yeah, for
But
sure. Yeah.
I just wanted to do something that was like, oh, it's a little bit different, and in this kind of weird time where technology is kind of in flux.
Right.
Like this the first submarine was like 1899 or something like that.
huh.
It was like a big wooden box, so there's all this weird shit that's going on then that
Right.
just is like ripe for like a fantasy setting. So
Yeah.
it's like, might as well. Nobody's using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always
totally.
think of like how fantastical it must have been to see something like the Monitor or the Merrimack. Those are the two steel. They're like the first iron ships ever made, right? They literally like built iron ships for the Civil War to battle each other, and they couldn't kill each other. They shot cannonballs off each other's hulls for hours and hours and hours, and not one of them went down or had a puncture wound.
You'd think it was magic.
Yeah, you literally, to the people watching, they were like in awe. They were like, they'd never seen anything like this before, because it'd never been a metal ship firing, guns off so it's like, it's this this next level that's like almost magical, this next jump in technology, and it's happening because of necessity to try to win this war. So I used to think of that. That's the 1860s, during the Civil War. So is when's this period that, like, if you had to put an aesthetic?
Oh boy.
Are we talking about like cowboy hats?
Yeah, we're talking like cowboy hats. So more like
Westworld?
Yeah, I guess the Westworld time. I mean, Westworld's the future technically.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's,
But what they're trying to emulate.
yeah, like a 1790. They've mapped out the West, but they haven't tamed it yet.
Okay.
And obviously that's not like exact the same with like, when the revolution happened or whatever, but like, I take a lot of liberties with other stuff too.
Oh, okay. So we're back like almost 60 years, or 90 years. We're in the 17.
Yeah, probably about 1700s around there. I mean, there's definitely stuff that I've like changed, or I'll take stuff from. You read American Gods?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like the religion for the empire is based on saints, right? So it's
Okay.
more like the conceptual identity of like manifest destiny is one of the gods, right?
Right.
So we're taking things like that and kind of exploring it versus what would be going on in this fantastical setting, which that stuff is like even more. There's so much when you do a setting book that you don't realize is important. Like I didn't realize that like, oh, you make a thing, it's going to interact with these other things, so you need to add more or it's going to look like a huge gap exists, which is why I'm really grateful I have such a good team, because like if I get hyper focused on one thing, I'll just completely ignore the other. So I need other people to like correct my not paying attention attitude.
So how many people do you have working on this? Like, is your team just you and another? Is it 5 people?
There's me and one other writer, and then there is like 4 artists on it.
Nice.
And then I've had some friends that play in my personal games just being like, hey, can I make adventures? And so by the time I'm done with the book, there's going to be like an entire second book of just adventures in the setting already.
That's awesome.
Which is sick.
So are you going to be doing like a Kickstarter with this? And
yeah, we're shooting to do a Kickstarter in May.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to throw Dita in the ring for doing a play test of it, you know, like a live play test.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be fun? I think that'd be great. We should do that. Yeah.
I'm for it. Let's do it. I love it. Yeah.
That'd be sick. With, of course, your approval.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
you know
running.
What? Screw you. I'm just going to buy it and do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't need your approval.
Yeah.
I'm planning on, I'm doing a playtest with the public this Thursday. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm finally getting into the playtest phase with everything.
Very
with
cool.
The public. Yeah.
Very cool. So what kind of guns can we get?
Fuck.
I want some
There's
some guns.
There's trying to come up with like 1,000 different ways to make up a fucking revolver is really difficult.
Right?
But, you know, there's the classic blunderbuss type thing, classic revolver, long rifle repeater. And one of the things, I didn't want to add ammo rules. I don't know about you guys. I don't play with ammo rules.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
That's not necessary for fun. What is fun, I think, is a resource die for ammo. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, we did that in Forbidden Lands, where every time we would roll to shoot an arrow, we'd roll like a D12. We'd start with the D12. And if you rolled like a 1 or a 2, then it would reduce to the next die, correct?
Right. So it reduces in size, and then it becomes a D8. Now you have D8 amount. And then if you shoot another bullet or an arrow, you roll that D8 at the end of that. And if it's a 1 or a 2, it goes down to a D6. And so it like simulates losing an amount, you know. And you
I
can
like this idea better than mine.
It's cool, right? It's not a bad idea. It works. It's fun, and it adds a little bit of like chance to it instead of it just being like I know exactly how many bullets I have.
Yeah. We went for different like special damage types.
Okay, cool.
And that's where you'd have to track ammo, right?
That also works. Yeah.
It's just like, you know, if you do something that does a little extra, you should have to keep track of that.
That's great.
But if you're just doing it normally, you don't need to keep track of it.
And I think it's good because it translates with like having a sword or a hammer or whatever. You don't run out of sword swings, right?
Yeah.
So you always have your normal damage
you
can do, but then you've got the special damage, which is actually limited.
Well, one of the huge changes once you add guns into D&D is that combat actually gets humongous, right? The distance between everything changes.
Oh.
And, you know, we think about combat in D&D as like you're 5 feet apart. You know,
right.
And you're swinging at each other, which 5 feet is already a big distance. But the second you add guns, well, now combat can take place between 30 feet apart or more. And that can change up everything. It changes up what's important. It changes up positioning. It makes positioning important because most of the time in D&D, you're in front of the guy. That guy's in front of you. Maybe you got a friend that's going around to flank, but that's because he's a rogue and that's what he does.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Maybe an AoE shows up, right? I know in the DMG, they have certain rules for protection and cover and stuff like that. I ended up changing those too because they complicated things. And there are other systems that do it simple. And so we're just like, well, if we want people to actually use this, we need to lower the barrier to entry for those things specifically because it's not the thing that people are excited about. It's not selling the fantasy. So we looked at Cyberpunk Red. And the way they do it is cover is binary. You're either in cover or you're not. In the DMG, there's like 3 different versions of cover.
Yeah.
And that's too much.
Based
if it's binary, you either know or don't know if you're in cover. And you either are or aren't. So it just makes it, are you in cover? Yes. Are you in cover? No. And it's easier that way. And, you know, it lowers the amount of math.
Yeah, absolutely.
Half cover, full cover.
I mean, personally, look, there will always be the heavy math games, but I honestly believe the majority of people that are getting into this hobby are looking for things that are going to give them the quickest access to telling a great story.
Yeah.
That's why the OSR are so popular, Old School Renaissance. That's why Morkborg and Shadow Dark and all these things are so popular right now, is because not because 5e is a bad game, it's a great game, but that we want to get people in even faster. And if they want to level up on rules, they can. But get them in, get them to the table, get the story going, let the dice help you tell a story, not get in the way of telling a story. And I just think that's a smarter way to design personally.
Yeah.
You know, for me.
I'm definitely of that same mindset when it comes to design. And it's like the monsters we're making are definitely for people who are aware of the rules and can understand them. I think probably one of the biggest, have you played Dungeons of Drakenheim?
I know of Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's like me specifically, I look at a lot of those monsters and I'm like, these are more complicated, but it's not that they're more difficult because they're just beefy. There's layers of mechanics there.
Correct.
There's things that modify the battle. That's exciting. A really high AC creature is not exciting because it's high AC. It's exciting because it does a lot of things. You need to be adding complexity for a monster to do a lot of things. So combat's not like, I hit you, you hit me, I hit you, you multi-attack, you hit me. Oh, you recharge on a 5 and a 6 for your breath weapon. And it's like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
But if you attack and your attack makes you roll on the table that makes you go crazy, oh, well, now my character thinks we have a condition called loco, right?
Fun.
Which is just, you roll a d20. You might think that everything you touch turns to gold, and
The
so
old
you're
Midas touch.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Right. And so then you're in combat, but also you don't want to, if you want to do is lay on hands and you've that effect, maybe your character's not going to want to do that, prioritize a way to get the person in character, make these ways for people to embody the character. Like Daggerheart does that really well, where they introduce a lot of mechanics that incentivize role play and add mechanics to talking to the rest of the people at the table, which D&D needs really badly.
I'm playing right now. My buddy Mike Dickinson is running. He's going to be in our live show February 11th. We're very excited about that. But he's running a game of Daggerheart, and I'm playing in it, and I have a character who has an ability where if I compliment somebody else's action or their skill or talk about their skill as like a hero, I get a bonus from that. I forgot what the bonus is exactly. I think I get there's like meta currencies like hope and things like that. I think I get 3 hope, and so do they. Which is powerful. Hope is basically power points. But the power is compliment them about their thing, have a conversation in character about, why they're cool. And then you get power for that. That's sick. That was awesome. I picked that immediately. I was like, that's my style right there. I want to have role play scenes that I get rewarded for role play.
Yeah.
It incentivizes role play. That's such a sick idea. And also the Daggerheart combo system where you tag team.
Yeah, the tag team thing
that's so
is
sick,
so good.
right?
Such a good idea.
And we do that all the time when we play. We come up with this idea to work together, but we don't think of it. We don't think of it too often. But it's literally written into the rules of Daggerheart. It's work together, you will do more, and you end up having these sick scenes with people and high-fiving. I love that. I love it so much.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, it really is.
So,
but so you're trying to incentivize, people to be talking to each other.
Yeah, I've realized as I've ran so many games that, my personal games, everybody's like a little thespian, so
sure.
we're all really in character and we never break, not once.
Wow.
But when I play with the public, some people aren't as ready for that, and coming up with ways to incentivize that or kind of couch it as there's a card game. It's called Fishing something. It's 2 people sit around and it's every time you pull a card, it basically just changes up what you're doing in the improv, right? And it's oh, I'm getting another drink from the cooler. You pull out a card and it says, you realize that this is all fake. And it's now you have to act with the other person going, this is all fake, right? But the whole shtick with it is that you all know it's all fake. but now you're meta in the performance of the game, saying that it's fake.
That's so funny. What is this called? I need this game.
I can't remember. I've gotten into like the these little card games that are all based around like improv and role play. The Darrington Press people have one called For the Queen, where you make a queen and you pull cards to figure out what her story is and what her life is. And it can work as like a session 0 or like a little bonus session to kind of add to a D&D game, or it could be its own like card game. And there's a whole bunch of games that are coming out that are like that I'm like, oh, that's really sick. I mean, that's literally it's just improv with mechanics at that rate, but you know.
That's sick. I love that. That's so cool. I mean, that's, you know, I refer to D&D and playing TTRPGs as improv with rules, you know, like stricter rules and not very strict at that. So I feel that, damn, I want this game.
I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up after this.
You don't sell it at the shop?
I sell For the Queen. I was like begging my brother. I'm like, we gotta get this on the next order. Can you get this? And they had some, and we bought their entire stock, which was like 2.
Sure.
And I'm like, can I take one? And he's like, I only have 2. You can't take one. I'm like, fuck.
I'll buy one and we can play it. Do that. We'll do that.
Dude, I want to get that, the Morkborg Heretic. I think I want to grab that and run some one-shots of Morkborg Heretic. That thing looks sick.
Dude, everything I run of Morkborg has been... You'd think it would be like grimdark and miserable, but it's always like it is the most like ridiculous that a table gets, where everybody shows up. They're like, I'm playing a little farting gremlin who lives in garbage.
Oh, absolutely. It is the funniest game I've ever played, and it's always a joy because it's so awful. It's like trying to be awful on purpose because it knows what it's doing. It's trying to be like, isn't this fucking gross? Like, you're a gross little farting bitch, you know? Like, and you like rust in your wounds, and you're like, yeah, oh, I've like rust in my wounds. Yeah.
Every Morkborg book you open up is like a bad zine on purpose.
It's on purpose. And
I love that. It's bleak, but it's also hilarious. You know, the art styles are changed from page to page. You know, just trying to generate a character is a pain in the ass because it's like
I love all that postmodern, like nothing makes sense on the pages, and
love it.
It's all fucking gorgeous too, which is like great. Where it's like they have all these like really talented graphic designers on it.
It's beautiful slop.
It's beautiful. We gotta come up with a new word.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're all saying slop.
I was talking to a homie last night, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I've been working 14 hours on my friend slop game." It's like, you're working 14 hours on that, and you're calling it friend slop. We got to come up with a new name.
Right, yeah. Oh, he's making like a Peak or like
they're making another local. They're making a game called Ironclad.
Cool.
Which is like a little Lethal Company extraction shooter where you drive a tank.
That's sick.
But he's like comparing it to other friend slop games, but he can't. None of us can come up with a better word than friend slop to describe them. Like, that's what these games are, I guess. But they're not bad games.
It's the genre, but slop implies not good quality, but it's just what it is these days. Yeah. Everybody says
you ever hear of a slop bowl? You guys know what a slop bowl is?
No.
Fucking, you go to Chipotle.
I do.
Yeah, a slop bowl.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. We can call it the Oscar the Grouch poetry books.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I don't know.
It's too many words.
Listen,
that's
not everything
lands,
works. You know.
Yeah. You can get like a tiny, they have like a protein menu at Chipotle. You can get a little bowl, you get a little pup cup of fucking grilled chicken.
Really?
It's crazy that they're selling that shit.
It's funny you're bringing it back. Years ago, I used to work at Chipotle when I was living in the city. And when you said that term, I was like, I know that term. And the minute you started explaining it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Lines used to be out the door for lunch. It was crazy. I was right near Madison Square Garden where I worked.
So do you have a favorite game that you love to play?
Gosh, before this, when I said Cyberpunk Red, I'm like, yeah, definitely Cyberpunk Red. But I think this is like a toss-up between Cyberpunk Red and Delta Green.
Yeah. Delta Green. I want to play it so bad.
Delta Green is so fucking gas.
Oh,
I have it. I'll run it for you, Mike.
I have it too.
What?
Kristen got it for me for my for Christmas.
And Olivia got it for me for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. We're Delta Green Christmas bros.
I mean, me and Mike, between each other, we probably have every game.
Every game that's ever been. But he has all the special editions. I have all the regular editions. Yeah. And his have never seen the light of day.
Yeah.
And mine are all falling apart.
Still in plastic wrap.
Yeah. So Delta Green, let's talk Delta Green because I want to play this game so bad. I've read this manual like 100 times. Just like I literally grab an RPG off my shelf when I want to like read something before bed, and I'm always like, Delta Green, what secrets do you hold? And I bring it, and I fall asleep immediately because I get tired.
That's what you read before you go to bed. Delta Green.
That's like I want to read the Epstein files before bed. Like, God, you know what I mean? Like it is probably the darkest thing to read before bed.
I love that.
Mike, what was that book that you pulled out? You showed me. It's like a Delta. It's not Delta Green, but it's another really awful horror game.
Oh, Cult. Divinity Lost. That shit is dark.
He was like, you want to see a really grim book? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he pulls this out. It's a TTRPG, and it's very bleak, very graphic. And he's like, and the themes are very sad.
It straight up has a bleeding angel on the cover with like hooks in her wing. It's Hellraiser the game.
I was just about to say that.
Basically,
yeah,
is what they're going for. The idea is
but
that
it's fucked up, but it's like tasteful.
No, it's not.
No,
tasteful.
it's not tasteful.
I would say it goes way. They give you role play examples that have to do with all the shit you would like. In session 0, they're like, we won't be doing this. We won't be doing this. All that shit that they say like we won't be doing, we'll never do that. They do it in Cult. And again, like they're not trying to be assholes. They're not trying to be over the line. They're just like, this game does go to those places. So it's like tasteful, I guess. Yes, they're not being dicks, but the content that's in that game is dark, and it is not like I don't know any table I would run it at.
Yeah, it's like the director's cut of Hellraiser. Like,
how familiar are you guys with like the history of weird RPGs?
I just watched. I forgot the guy's name, but he has a YouTube channel where he does board games, and he did.
You talking about Cam Sandwich or whatever? Fucking, that's where I heard about this guy.
He's this guy with like a mustache and glasses.
Yeah,
and he's just like,
we're talking about the same guy.
Cam Sandwich.
Cam Sandwich. He's like
That's
a
him.
board game reviewer.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is him, and he's great. I love watching him, and he goes over the history of like the worst RPGs ever made.
So you know which one I'm about to bring up, don't you?
I can't remember the name. What's it called?
Fatal.
That's
Fatal. Something lechery and something.
Tell me, I don't know it.
Oh, dude, it's straight up. So what's funny is like they made it to be almost ironic about it. I think. Right? Because they don't like actually believe in it.
I don't know. I think the guy who made it was a little chuddy.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you're making a character. You can roll up a baby. Parentheses. There are rules for rape in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No.
And it's like this guy made this book, and it's just like a horrible game. Also, it's incredibly complicated.
It sounds like a manifesto that he like packages a game.
Yeah.
There's
kind of that.
Yeah, there are some dark RPGs out there because it's literally just like you can make an RPG about whatever the hell you want it to be about.
Yeah.
And just add rules. So yeah, Fatal apparently. There's a video on YouTube that
the Cam Sandwich goes over it. There's a few other. There's a guy that makes a character. It takes him over like 4 hours to make one. It's like
right, yeah.
It's like clearly not meant to ever be played. It's like clearly just the guy's like mental illness episode.
Oh wait, is that the one where it's literally just like a web page with like his ramblings on it?
Yeah, I don't even know what that one is.
Dude.
And it has like a brownie recipe on it. And it's like an RPG with like hardcore collegiate arithmetic.
I'll send you the video, Steve. You gotta check this stuff out. But Delta Green, right?
Something lighter.
Right, no, literally.
Delta Green, something lighter.
Yeah, but honestly, like in comparison to those games, Delta Green is like, you know, your average Sunday night game.
Yeah, Delta Green can go there. There's a supplement called God's Teeth. I don't know if you've ever
I've heard of that.
I want to run that so bad.
Throw me in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
Yeah.
It goes places.
Yeah, it does. I heard. Yeah.
I love the concept of Delta Green so much. Like Call of Cthulhu is great, but the idea of being like a government agent that's like you're the reason conspiracies are real is just I love that as like a concept.
Yep. Absolutely. It's such a sick. You know what's funny? Before this, I was drawing a triangle on my notes. That is so freaking weird. I started drawing a triangle. Now it's here. That's weird. But anywho, Delta Green does allow you to be the like the Men in Black essentially, but without all the like sort of fun of like the cricket that's a little gun that's big, you know.
It's like all deathly serious about all of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you just read the Agent's Handbook or you read the both? Okay. Yeah. So it's like in the history of the world, it's like the original Delta Green was created to stop like the secret Nazi program where they're trying to contact the other side. And so like basically you're the deep state that goes in and covers up all of these conspiracies and all of the written things that you could run. Arc Dream Publishing, the fucking pre-written stuff is amazing for it.
Yeah.
But it's all like set up with this creature that drinks adrenochrome is infesting people's minds, and you have to go into the town, discover where the creature is, and then remove people's knowledge of it, which could entail you killing innocents.
Pretty cool. I mean, like pretty cool, as in like the it's not cool to kill innocent people.
Mike, what?
Pretty cool that you get to play and make these decisions. Like RPGs are always about making decisions that you would never have to make in real life. And it's cool to me to be able to play through the decision making of somebody who's like, look, these are innocent people, but also if we don't kill them, this entity from another dimension is going to continue to take over our planet until we're all dead. So you tell me what's wrong and you tell me what's right. I don't know anymore. You know, like to be in that headspace for me is such a trip. And the fact that I could get my players there, because everything's always so easy when you're playing D&D. It's so obvious who the bad guys are, right? And I'm really bad at making subtle villains. All my villains are twirling their mustaches all damn day.
Hey, I'm the bad guy.
But I run a pulpy game. That's how I do things.
Yeah.
This game is Delta Green is so it doesn't allow you to feel good about your choices.
Yeah,
which I love.
And that's what's fun about this whole TTRPG world we talk about is we play it to do things we can't do in real life and play characters that make decisions, right or wrong, that we don't do in our real life. Like that's the coolest part. Like one minute you can be playing some secret agent, and next minute you're playing in a steampunk world trying to save the moon from falling out of the sky because it's made out of metal. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is.
Bold of you to assume that I'm not a secret agent.
Oh, right. So I
don't know. You came in here with a black turtleneck and black pants. I'm pretty sure I got you nailed to the wall. I knew what was going on. So Delta Green. Tell us more about favorite RPGs.
Oh man. Well, I've been running a Cyberpunk Red campaign for the past 2.5, 3 years, give or take. And the characters in it have taken on a life of their own. My co-author and one of the lead artists on the book, they started a webcomic based on the characters they played because
really
it was such a life-changing experience for them. Like they became best friends over the course of the game. And they're twins. They play twins. And I had planned the way with Cyberpunk Red, you could play Atom Smasher. And once you deploy Atom Smasher, someone's going to die. That's the idea. And I was thinking, man, the brother twin is getting kind of powerful. He's got to die.
Wow.
And I kill him. And he falls into the ocean. And as he's falling and his eyes are closing, I'm describing his whole life. And we're playing this on Discord. And I just hear everybody go silent. And then I start to hear sniffling and crying.
No.
Bro. You made people cry? Wait, there's no way to avoid the Atom Smasher?
No. He's meant to kill off player characters. You think you're big? Atom Smasher's bigger. That's the point.
He's the mega villain of the anime as well. He's just straight up pure like android death. He's literally a military tank, like shaped like a human and very barely shaped like a human.
Yeah,
he's just a head or a face.
Have you played?
I've never played. I mean, I played the video game, and I played.
Well, if you played the video game, you've ran into Atom Smasher. He shows up in the first 3 hours.
Well, I don't. I haven't played the game in a long time, and when I initially started playing the game, it was when it was super buggy.
Oh, okay.
And I might have played maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I was like, I can't do this. So I put it down and never picked it up again.
Yeah. He literally calls people meat. Like that's what they are. It's just like a thing to explode. Yeah.
So you make this decision to kill this character.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead.
And as he's falling, I had taken notes, and I'm like regaling parts of his life. You know, he had fallen in love with another character, another player at the table, and they had developed this beautiful friendship amongst the entire, like, you know, there was like a little, like an NPC they had become friends with, and, you know, he had garnered this respect with the character that he hated, and he had grown as a person, and I killed him. And
you're a bastard.
Her name's Kat. Shout out Kat. I love her. She's like, I gotta step away. And she steps away, and she comes back, and to her credit, this sounds really fucked up. I swear this is okay, guys. She comes back, and she's like, it just reminds me of when my mom died. And I'm like, fuck, I'm a bad person.
Oh my God. Wow. So you touched those notes. Like, you hit those emotional peaks.
Yeah. It's like, obviously that was like very sad, but it's just in the same breath, it's like the ability to do that and reach those emotional highs as a DM.
Over Discord.
Over
fucking Discord.
Talk about a long distance punch. Jesus.
Yeah.
Holy.
But so just walk me through this. Like, obviously, you have the twins. One's ultra powerful. At what point do you go, I'm going to do this? Because you know, once you commit to that, there could be a lot of this.
Yeah.
And there's no rolling for it.
I had told people that this is the last session of this campaign.
Okay. All right. So it was a final session.
Okay. So it's like I save it for like an opportune moment, or like a moment where it's going to be like real hype.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't just throw Adam Smasher out there. Like if he's there, like you can obviously try and outrun him. You can run away. I've had in the recent campaign, I had him show up again, and I had the character fucking book it, and I let them run away. Right. I could obviously take that away from them, but the act of running away gave them agency in that moment. And I wasn't really done with the campaign, so I'm not really going to go party wiping anybody with Adam Smasher. Probably not for a while.
And what party ever runs away from anything? So if you run away, I'm going to give you props for that. Right? You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, the way Cyberpunk Red is, if you could die easy, you know, a gun from some random guy on the street could kill you instantly, and your character's gone. You know, the way that death saves work, or it's pretty unlikely that you're going to survive. Like D&D, you're pretty good, but Cyberpunk Red, you know, they could zero Chum, no problem. All right.
Well, that's like Shadow Dark. You know, the first time we played Shadow Dark, one of the characters went down, and you got to, you know, roll a D4. That's how many rounds you get to roll a D20.
Oh, it was beautiful. I had this like giant knight taking up a whole hallway, and Sebastian, when we first started playing, was like, I'm going to go and attack him. I'm like, are you sure about that? He's like, yeah. And he misses, and then the knight immediately does like triple his health, kills him. It was just the best feeling to be able to just like on the first session, the first night, just cut someone in half. It's a fun feeling. I'm not going to lie, especially after all the heroics of 5e.
And then, you know, he goes down, and so, look up death rules. And I'm in the middle of reading them to Sebastian, and he's like, I don't even care what my D4 rolls. I'm just going to roll the D20, get out of the way. So we're like, okay. And he just rolls a D20 and hits the 20.
Hits the 20, yeah.
And we're like, oh my God. And he came back, because this was like next session, I believe. We did this next session. But yeah. And you know, that's I love that game. Shadow Dark is a beautiful, beautiful game.
Yeah. Super easy to run, super smooth. So, I mean, Cyberpunk Red, when you say that it is the mechanics, the themes, the stories that you can experience, like what is it that you love about it?
It's everything. I think for me right now, like I went to art school, so I have this dire need to constantly say things about the world. But as a result of that, it's like, the themes that are being explored at Cyberpunk Red, I feel, are so prescient. Obviously, that's not what my players are there for. That's totally self-indulgent. But those things have become things that matter to me. in my day-to-day life. This social inequity that we all experience, this constant growing oligarch class of billionaires, and the idea that you could go to the in-game equivalent of Palantir and blow his fucking head off
Right.
is like great and super exciting and really cool. And you play as these people that are kind of like, well, they could do something about it, or they could be a part of the system that oppresses, and you can explore those ideas. Like right now, I'm doing like a corpo campaign. So everybody works for Arasaka, the big corporation.
That's so cool.
And so they go into boardrooms and they're going to balls and they're living the high life. But one of them used to be a nomad. So the whole experience is like, oh, I can't live this life because this isn't who I am. And so we're touching on all these themes about like, well, how do you change when you get money? And it's just really, you don't hit that in like D&D. Sometimes you hit a lot of interpersonal drama, but it's like these like identity things come up all the time in Cyberpunk. And it really encourages that with like the mechanics too. Because like you have a personal grooming stat. If you're really, really well groomed, people are going to be like, wow, you're fucking beautiful. But, the poor people in the world don't get that luxury of being clean like that. They're going to see somebody clean and they're going to go, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of my town. And that changes how you interact with the world in a way that D&D doesn't really touch on. And Adventure is just like a hobo who comes into town and saves you.
Right. It's like it's sort of like part of it is that everybody's smelly and covered in mud.
Yeah, everybody's smelly in D&D. But
yeah. Even the kings are a little smelly.
But yeah, I mean, even with that, well, even with that, it's like, even the mechanics, it's a very mechanically dense game. And I think that adds a lot of weight to everything you do. And I mean, I like rules light. This is my one exception. You're
talking about Red is...
Red.
Yeah,
Red is my exception.
Yeah.
Because it is clearly designed as like a system simulation.
Gotcha.
So you could spend a long time in it, and it takes a long time to level up. So you spend a long time getting ingrained with your character. And that's something that I've been really gravitated towards as a system. I think I've been running it for a long time. I'm going to mix it up in a bit, but...
Yeah. Wow. I mean, Cyberpunk as a genre is a warning. I feel like, those stories are warnings about what our lives are going to be like if we don't, figure out a way to integrate health in a healthy way with technology and, keep corporations from taking over our minds and filling everything that we have with ads,
Yeah.
So I think it's built into the game that it has deep themes. It's built into the game that it is like trying to talk about something. I think that's part of playing that game. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it's like kind of inherent.
It doesn't have to be. I know me and my co-author, we definitely have conversations that touch on those themes, but Kat, our artist, she's like, I don't want to fucking deal with that. And it's like, fine, you don't need to deal with that, But it's there if she ever wants to acknowledge it, and it never gets in the way of what the characters are doing. It's just an existence within the reality of which the characters live, which is, the same for everybody else living our lives now.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're coming down to the end here, but we still have a little bit more I wanted to talk about. So we talked about your favorite games. We talked about what you're DMing. We talked about your awesome supplement, Cryptids of the Untamed West. I want to talk about, so what's next for Mana Potion, for Cryptids? Like, what's coming up?
Oh boy. Mana Potion, we're going to just keep on adding more. I need to keep producing content for the YouTube on Mana Potion. It's I can't record a full video in the store, but keep doing that. Keep working on that.
What are you guys doing? What kind of content is it?
Like different. I see it a lot where it's like, a lot of people are looking towards wanting DM advice or looking at different board games to see how they can implement those things. And I'm trying to do that and keep it snappy. And hopefully I'm fucking entertaining enough that people are going to be like, wow, this is really good. I'm going to stick around and subscribe. I mean, I'm looking at the other people in the niche and just trying to do what they're doing and kind of grow the Mana Potion empire.
So you're the main like YouTube face, right? You're the face of the YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to get other people on it, but that's later down the line.
Yeah. What's it called?
Mana Potion Tabletop is also the YouTube channel name.
Right.
Wow.
Easy peasy. All right, I'll throw that in the show notes. But yeah, and so you're doing the episodes or doing videos. Is that short form, long form?
I've been doing a lot of TikToks because it's just easier, and I can do it in the store. But I do write like videos and then do the videos and all of that. So I'm trying to do all of it.
How do you find people are responding to one or versus the other?
Dude, the shorts community fucking sucks.
Don't they suck?
Dude, they're always, first of all, you watch for 5 seconds, you comment, hey, that's not how that actually works. Fuck you.
Dude, I get people commenting on my like short forms on Instagram being like, oh, you missed that. I'm like, no, I didn't. If you watched the actual reel, you would see I didn't miss that, and also, or people are like, that's not how that works. I was like, that's not how it works for 5e, but I'm playing a different game, and I have to be very gentle, kids gloves with this kind of stuff. I don't want to like be a dick, but I'm also like, dude, it's literally 20 seconds. Like, do you not have the attention span?
No. You got to be a dick.
It literally plays again. When
you need to whip the audience, okay?
I know.
You need to tell them
it's one of
what to be.
It's one of the few things that like I'm not really involved in is like the Instagram and all that.
Because
I know that like if I were to read comment, I would just.
No, but everybody in the long form videos on YouTube,
they're
great
because they actually watch the fucking video.
Because we're talking about people that can withstand an hour of video.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. They like want good content that's got like a point and has a beginning, middle, end, and they're paying attention. I mean, they're not glued to it the whole time, but they are like commenting like, "Hey, that was a really cool thing you did." Like they're real people. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah, or they're acting like real people. So I appreciate that. So I'm glad. I'm interested. I was interested to see if we were having the same experience.
I don't understand what it is with shorts forms. Like everybody just no focus. They just say whatever on the comments. Like I did you ever see Army Painter speed paint pens?
No.
Like these markers for painting miniatures. And the way that they're marketed is that like this is a one-stop shop. You could take this anywhere and paint and you get a whole fucking miniature done. And no, they're not like that, and they kind of are like they're like, okay, they're like a fun tool, but they're not like my main jam for painting a miniature. And I was explaining in my TikTok how what I'm just saying right now, and somebody's like, well, that's not really what the tool is for. Listen, I know what the tool does, but I'm talking about how the tool is marketed towards random Andy on the street. All right? But like, I just look at it and I go, okay, I don't need I have pretty thick skin for that stuff now. So it's
need it. Yeah.
And you also whip them.
Well, that's only on my stream. I'm sorry. I'm dialing it back like 1,000,000,000% because I'm like, well, I kind of know these guys. I don't know how fucking crazy I should be.
Right. So you're streaming too?
Yes. I've been a creator for a very long time.
Great.
That was like my main job before this. Like I was having a crisis of faith, and that's how I was like, Johnny, I want to start a coffee company when I retire. This is what I'm talking about retiring from. But yeah, I make drama content and then I stream drama content. And it is like the most insane shit ever.
What's the latest?
What's the latest? Do you know who Clavicular is?
No.
Dude. Holy shit. You don't know about Jester? I know I brought this up to you. You're in the store Jester Maxing. You know what Jester Maxing is?
Oh man. What?
This is a whole community.
Okay. So Clavicular is he's a black-pilled incel looks maxer.
Okay.
Did any of that make any sense?
Yes, I had registered.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he did a whole. I was watching his content on stream to figure out who this kid was. He's like 19, 20. He's like, yeah, I'm on testosterone. Every morning I take meth to wake up.
What the fuck?
And he's like explaining all the things he does. And he's like, look, I know that I don't have big enough shoulders. He wears shoulder pads to increase the size of his shoulders.
Whoa.
And he's like hitting his head with a hammer to like get a bigger chin and get a more beautiful chin phenotype, basically.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, this man needs to seek help.
Well, he was
immediately.
doing he was like, listen, fellas, let's be real. Penis size is going to determine whether or not you're going to get a Stacy. And then he was showing the ways that he's tried to increase his length, where he's like, he has like this belt thing that you attach to your nuts, and it increases your dick over time. You attach it to your leg, and then you attach it to your shaft.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, he was Jester Maxing in a club in Miami,
What does that mean?
just dancing.
Okay.
A jester, like a court.
Yeah, he wasn't holding up the wall like some 21-year-old who's shy and afraid of women.
Yeah.
And he was hanging out with Nick Fuentes
Oh, here we go.
and Sneeko and Andrew Tate. Terrible
Wow.
collection of individuals I've just named.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so I've been seeing some drama of him, like he had like a falling out with the guys, and the drugs are starting to catch up to him. It's sad, but like also in the same breath, it's like I can't really like expend so much empathy for a guy who's like professionally racist for a living.
Yeah,
you
acting
know?
like a damn fool. Yeah, exactly.
And so how do you? So your drama content, what does that mean? Like, what do you do with all this?
So if I'm not around, I'm paying a guy right now to look over whatever's happening right now. That's
Okay.
like, but he'll give me like a docket of like, this is the news. And then I'll go on stream and then I'll play the news and I'll give my hot takes about it.
Cool.
How's your
Yeah.
audience? What are they like?
How's my fucking crazy?
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, my audience is actually pretty good. There's a lot of guys that have like really like fucked up, racist, rude audience. Like I've cultivated like a nice audience. A lot of women actually. I wasn't expecting.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah. And I was explaining. Somebody had asked me. One of the people at my public game was like, "Oh, what did you ever get a weird fan art?" I won't say what I've gotten right now in case they watch it.
Text it to me. Text it to me. I want to see what it is.
You have to consent to see.
I also want to consent.
I
to seeing
consent.
this.
I consent.
Yeah, we both
And
consent.
it will not be shared anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like I had somebody give me. She's a peach. Her name's Cloudy. She made me a plushie of myself.
No
Oh, what?
way.
Yeah.
Where is that?
I have it at my house.
Bro, it should be in
It's
the store
beautiful,
on a
dude.
shelf.
Yeah,
I
pics
know,
of that
right?
too. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Right. I've gotten a lot of stuff like that. Or
Did I tell you that I got the standees of you, Johnny, and Joe or Joey?
yeah, we made standees, you know, because sometimes the girlies want to put me in a jar, you know, something like that.
And all the standees of the three of them, they're all, you know, suave,
yeah,
good looking anime boys.
That's awesome.
And I saw them on the front desk, and I was
Yeah.
talking to your brother about it, and I was like, I want one of those, and he was like, hold on 1 second, and he runs down the basement. He goes, 1, 2, 3, here you go, and he's like, I think it was like the last one of you, or maybe the last one of him. I got the last copy, so
That's awesome.
yeah, it's
That's
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're doing that, and that's taken up that's like your main thing.
I mean, like, you know, the first 2 years of running a business, you don't really see a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's where I pay my bills.
Wow.
You know, is
Yeah.
streaming and
That's
making
awesome.
a fool of myself.
Well, I mean, if it's working for you, man, you're paying your bills with it. That's awesome. Hats off to you.
That means you're doing something right.
Yeah. That's great.
So you're all saying this because you're like normal people right now.
I'll take that as a compliment. Feels backhanded.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, well, like, okay. Well,
You're normal, aren't you?
Yeah.
No. Let's be
You're
to
one
be
of those
clear. I am
squares.
terminally online.
Fair.
I
fair.
am terminally like when I said chud, I was like, I don't know if they're gonna.
No, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I know some terms.
Yeah. I won't tell you what I know and don't know, but I will say that I know everything. So anyway, so yeah, you're making money off that and paying your bills, and you're got the game store going, and so talk about next steps for Mana Potion as a company, and then we'll get into Cryptid West because I want to really shout out what you're doing.
Yeah. I think right now at Mana Potion, we want to make sure that we're in a, you know, like a good place. Everything's growing. Get more products in there. We have some physical shit that we need to get done. Like we need to lower the size of the tables. Like they're too tall.
Okay.
Or a lot of Mana Potion right now is just getting the reps in.
Mhm.
And getting things in. Like I want to do an espresso coffee, but right now shit's just kind of in flux with stuff like that because of tariffs, all that.
Yeah.
So it's just we're kind of waiting to see what happens and how all that pans out before we dedicate towards like a project like that. Same thing for teas, like matcha or anything. Like matcha's mad expensive right now.
Yeah.
And it's also hard to come by.
That too.
By the way, Matcha Thomas across the street has to go.
Yeah.
That's a
bummer.
heartbreaker. Yeah. I love the girls that were running it, and they showed up to actually my last improv jam. They just showed up just to have fun and watch. Damn, like that's a heartbreaker. Honestly, people in Beacon loved Matcha Thomas.
Dude, Matcha Thomas is bump, especially during the summer too, when all the Manhattan people come up here.
My God, line out the door.
There's a line out the door.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to see that happen.
That's
but
heartbreaking.
Even today, I went to grab a matcha, and there's like 20 people in there.
Yeah.
Like legit 20 people.
And
in
it's freaking freezing, Mr. Bigglesworth. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sorry I interrupted you, but
no. I mean, Matcha Thomas show. That's like a good example of like this shit's really expensive right now for businesses, you know. So people gotta tighten their belts on that side. We're trying to make sure we're proofed for just in case anything, you know. So there's a lot of doing that right now as a business, which is like, you know, it's a shame, but it is what it is.
For sure. So then Cryptids of the Untamed West. When can we expect a Kickstarter of some kind that we can all hype up, get into, and
hopefully, most likely May, assuming nothing bad happens.
Wow, that's soon? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I've been plying away on it for like 2 years. I love what I've made. I want to move on to something else.
That's fair. Yeah. No, absolutely. No, I totally understand that. Yeah. No, that's very common, I think, for creatives. You know, you get to a finish line and it's not the finish line, but it is the finish line for you, but you still got more details and stuff to go over. Yeah.
I want to work on a different setting. I want to do a Powered by the Apocalypse game. Like I want to.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to be doing game design like often and going forward, like something that's...
I want to. I had originally started in university doing that, and I didn't really find a passion for it then. And then I just, with TTRPGs, I'm like, this is me. I like this. And so I want to design more. There's more things that I think are like that I want to tackle. Like with war games specifically, like I play 40K. 40K is really complicated, but I want to make like a skirmish war game and try and do something different than what's happening in the like setting right now. What's happening in the business of that, or Powered by the Apocalypse. I mean, Powered by the Apocalypse is like a really simple system, but I just kind of have like a thing that I want to make, and I'm gonna go make that once this is done.
That's awesome. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Slug Blasters is a riff on Powered by the Apocalypse, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Apocalypse has moves, right?
Yes.
It's like you can like choose a move like brawl or battle or fight, something like that, or you know, like they break down what you can do into these moves that everybody can do.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's very story heavy, story forward. Dungeon World is my first introduction to Apocalypse.
Oh, cool.
Powered by the Apocalypse, and I think Blades in the Dark, famously.
Blades in the Dark,
yeah.
It's now it's just like own system. But
yes, yeah.
It was originally like a Powered by the Apocalypse thing.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm really interested to know what you're going to be working on after Cryptids, if you're going to keep doing game design. Game design's an incredible field, and for me, it's like I said, it's like me. I found me in TTRPGs. You know, that's what I understand. It's what I know. It's the thing I can speak on the most about. You know, I could definitely do a TED talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I would have anything interesting for the vast majority of people to hear, but it's just what I'm most passionate about. So it's nice to hear that, and I'm going to keep an ear out for whatever your next project is. Yeah, do you have a hint or?
You ever played Jet Set Radio?
Yes.
Okay, there's the hint.
Okay. All right. Well, take that and pick it apart as much as we can. All right. I'll come to you with some guesses. Interesting. Jet Set Radio. All right. I'm going to write that down.
And before we go, you know, one of the last things we want to try to get out of you, one of the gems I think everyone listening would like to hear is, you know, obviously being a DM is, you know, could be foreboding in so many ways. Do you have any tips or tricks, you know, behind the screen that you think that other DMs or people wanting to DM should know to make their life easier, to run the table cleaner?
You know, I had just been writing a video on this, and I think And I was talking to a guy last night who's a professional DM. Like, he just works from home and just runs games for people.
On his computer?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? But I think a lot of people are kind of worried that they're not going to know all the rules. Honestly, fuck that. Don't know all the rules. Just fucking run it and then get stuff wrong. You're kind of like the ref. As long as everybody's having a good time, let them do it. I think one thing that was like an actionable tip that I heard recently is get rid of the word "you" from your vocabulary. Right? So it's like, let's say somebody attacks a monster and they kill a goblin. And then you say that I'm doing it right now, right? You say, I've taken control of your character when I do that, right? So instead of saying you slay the goblin by slicing down as its head rolls across the floor, it's say the goblin's head rolls across the floor, shrilling with a shrilling scream, right? So instead of saying what action the player does, you just say the reaction from the world.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try that. I'm very bad at. I'm always saying you. I'm always like, you jump up and grab them, and I'm always saying you.
I did it last night, and I'm like, I go, oh, Joe, why are you saying you? I say it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, Joe, why are you saying you? You fucking hack.
But you know what? Actually, you do a thing that I've only experienced from you is you do that, but you also kick it to the players and you go, tell me what you do.
As often as I can.
Yeah, you actually do it more than you think. I would say 60% of the time, maybe 70, you always give agency back to us, be like, tell me how the scene rolls.
That's good. That's good to hear. But yeah, I guess I'm going to try this know you for a session, see how that goes.
That's cool too.
I think if you say to the players before a session, look, I want you to explain these actions.
Yeah.
And really put it in their heads to explain what they're doing. That's like how you get them to do it. Because I know it's like you want to narrate a good story for them, but you don't want to take away their agency too. So it's like, get rid of you. And I'm like, that's a really good one.
Yeah. I think it's like a sort of like a time management thing where I'm just like, I could be like, what happens, and every single time. But that could slow things down. I guess it's my own anxiety of like, we got to keep things moving. So maybe if I let some of that go and just see what happens, I'm gonna try it next game. I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna blame you when it doesn't work.
Who told you to do this, Mike? This is
where can people find you? We already said your channel on YouTube. What's that?
Mana Potion Tabletop.
Mana Potion Tabletop. And also your drama channel, if you want to share.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm double dipping when I do that.
Oh, you don't have to.
You can plug whatever you want.
I'm also Diesel IRL on YouTube. I stream weekly, but Mana Potion Tabletop, because I want to make sure that all of my wonderful people get paid.
Love it.
And on Instagram, you're
Mana Potion Tabletop everywhere.
Awesome.
Everywhere.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Joey, thank you so much for coming on, dude. This was such a great talk. You rock. Thanks for chatting with us. I hope you had a great time.
I did have a great time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being on it.
Pleasure.
It was absolute pleasure, dude.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll come back again soon.
I will. Listen, you know where to find me.
Yeah, a quarter block away.
Yeah, in my backyard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us for our DM's Lounge today. And you can watch this on YouTube, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe. It means so much to us. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Later.